I explored what draws you to Scotland because you captured the views and the landscape, but you also captured the emotional, like, impact of what they're going through and traveling these long distances and encountering the different landscapes and the unforgiving terrains and just the different types and, like, the weather and all that. It was so cool, and it just really helps me as the reader get really into it. So I just kinda wanna explore, like, why Scotland? Like, what draws you to that? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so I don't really fully understand myself why I am so drawn to Scotland, but it actually is my obsession like nowadays. But I could say that
You're not part Scottish, right? You're like, are
oh no, I
you or
am.
yes. Well,
I
then maybe
have
that has something to do with it.
I have Scottish ancestry on my mother's side, and she always loved Scotland, and so I just inherited that from my mom. And then growing up reading like Scottish romances and books set in Scotland, I always loved that. So I guess I was always drawn to the country. But then but my first visit was in 1997, and that was just for a weekend on a business trip. And I loved it, and I knew I needed to go back. But then there got to a point, like I was reading like Susanna Kearsley books. She writes a lot set in Scotland, and other authors' books set in Scotland. And realized one day, like, I have this like self identity that I am a person who loves Scotland, but I really didn't know much about it. And so from that day forward, I started digging in deeper. Like when I was reading a Susanna Kearsley book and she mentioned a location and I didn't know where that was, I'd stop and I'd pull up a map and I'd look it up and so I got to know the geography of Scotland. And then I started diving into the history books and reading more and more. Eventually that came to a day where I was like, I see that Duolingo has Scottish Gaelic. I'm going to start learning this. And so I did. And then the following year I found a group local to me here in the Pacific Northwest that is about the Scottish Gaelic language, learning it and the culture, promoting it. And so I went to their gathering and just met some incredible people and found just I felt like these were my people when you join a group and it just feels right. So that group was called Slean and Gale, and I belong. Today, now I actually happen to be the board president